Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500 with Elliott Wave Theory. A couple of advertisements here at the start. I finally completed the Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course, so if you want to master the RSI and want to learn how it can be utilized properly with Elliott Wave Theory, check out the course on Udemy. And lastly, if you want to educate yourself and support me, you can take a look at Patreon, where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and extra content overall. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the charts next. So here we are on 4-hour time frame on the S&P 500 futures chart. So again, the overall premise was that we were looking for this as some kind of a three-way structure here, or we would have a WXYXZ into here. This would be giving us the bullish count of this being a potential 1-2, 1-2, or a 1-2, where this middle structure would be a three-way structure in its own, and this would be the only bullish option that we can see. If we don't take out these lows here, we still have the possibility of having this as some kind of a running flat. If we take these out, then it's more often than not, it is going to be a expanded flat, which is more common. Now, my bias is still within the idea that we are looking to get some kind of structure that would be fitting and having a pair of this one around here. But again, you can take a look at the previous video where we went more into this macro. But let's zoom into this structure over here a bit closer. Not too much has happened since the last video, but again, the overall idea here was that either this was a 5-way move with a diagonal in here, or we would have this as a W wave, where this would be somewhat of a decent looking structure. Then we would have a three-way structure here into X, or this would be the first structure of that X, and then have a second structure of X, and then third one here. And then we would shift this wave X over here, and then looking for a partner leg of this wave W later on. So those are the main ideas for both the bullish count and the bearish count. So today we're going to be again looking into this structure starting from here, and as last we were talking about, let's check out the bearish count first, because again it had a bit easier invalidation, or not complete invalidation but the soft invalidation, where we went through this 1.618. So the previous idea was that we had 3 here, some kind of 3 here. Again, it's not really really good looking 3 in any case. And then we had this as 3, 3, and then 3 into these lows. Again, hitting the 1.618, hitting the 1-to-1 of this WXY over here as well. But again, as I mentioned, that if we come back below these lows, we are going through the 1.618, making more likely that this is going to be something else instead. And again, that would be the more impulsive count to the downside. Here we can see on RSI that we had a low here, which again is a good thing to see that, giving that momentum to the downside. However, we did not take out everything before it with a move upside. So what do we have left is this impulse count. We've talked about this structure over here in the past videos. I'm not going to be talking about that now. There is a chance that this whole thing is finished now. Again, if we shift this wave over here and have this wave 2 as a expanding structure like so, then we would be going against, not going against, but we would be removing one of the degrees, the sub degrees here, and this would allow this third to shift over here, and this fifth would take the third place in here, giving us the low basically. Now, if this indeed is a 5-way structure that is completely done, then we definitely need to have a correction in mind, and depending on what kind of correction we're going to be getting, a 3-wave, 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 or some kind of a more impulsive count as a zigzag. We don't know of that yet. But again, at this very moment, this has the potential of being done. Now, smaller time frames, we were talking about this before as well, where this was either a expanded structure that we were talking about here, where I was saying that, okay, this structure here does not really seem like it is large enough for this sub-micro degree of a structure, so most likely we would be looking to create an expanded structure, and we did do that. We did not take out this high, so it would become a running flat instead, and then we'd be looking for downwards again, at least one more low, which again we did get. We did take out these lows, and now we have possible divergences here at the lows, which indicates that okay, some kind of correction is to come. Now the next structure is going to give us a lot of information. Whether it is going to be a three-way structure, it is giving us signals that it's going to be this fourth. If it is coming up in 5, then that is giving us the signals that it can be start of something. Now, of course, there is some possibility where we have these kind of structures labeled wrong, and this would become some kind of A, B, and C. I'm sure there are a lot of ways to label this. 3, for example, here, 3, and then 3. So there is definitely a way to label this in a three-way as well, giving us a WXY there, WXY here, and then we would be getting that 5-way structure here. So again, if we get that divergence here and 5-way structure, we could be looking for another short setup. But if this is turning into a 3-way structure, then we can still be lurking and seeing that it is most likely this fourth that we would be facing next. But here on the smaller time frames, there's definitely options to looking for long setups. At the very moment that I'm looking at this, I can see some kind of potential diagonal. Again, this would be played against these lows here. Again, very decent setup. It's very low time frame, which gives us a very nice pull ups here as a potential, even coming back to these previous wave 4 tops. Again, these are the ones that we want to be breaking through if we want to have this whole thing done, and this would become an impulse wave structure and doing something like that for the potential wave 2 correction ending here, or wave B correction ending here. But again, we don't need to be talking about the higher time frame yet, as we have not completed this structure for sure. But those are the updates I wanted to cover on today's video on S&P 500. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments. Also, before I want to end this video, I want to let you know that there is a code for CTC Discord that gets you 60% off of the price of that monthly payment, with the code again being trading with H. And yeah, that code is also in the description of the video. Check it out if you're interested. But for now, thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.